You guys will be in school, but real quick, this is the Mike's Train House 631 Camelback. It has those stupid batteries, and I'd rather have analog trains, because I have an analog Blue Comet, analog, sort of non-analog nickel plate. I have a Erie, I have a Santa Fe, Susquehanna, Reading. These two engines up here are not analog, so it's the K lines, but I have a General Lionel, and then I have the Jersey, I have that Lionel. Most of the stuff I have is analog friendly. This thing is not. It belongs in the trash. Many people say, look at the... But it takes about 10 hours to charge. I bet it takes 24 hours for this stupid battery to charge. If you put it on the tracks wrong, those engines just cross if they keep running. This engine, you need to buy a whole freaking motherboard for it. It's okay to have it in the real engines, but not our freaking engines here. Why would you put it in a toy train that could cross? It gets even better. The smoker unit, it has one, placed on the motherboard for some reason. Maybe they wanted it to fail, but for me, I just want to run the train around the track with these passenger cars and have a good time. But I can't do that because this thing's a piece of junk. This headlight gets, this headlight gets hot. Don't touch it. So does the back one. This engine belongs, you know where this engine belongs? This engine belongs in the toilet. Or the trash. That's where that engine belongs. Because who designed an engine that takes an hour or 10 hours to charge? I once had to wait 10 hours and only got it moving 2 inches. 2 freaking inches. If I wanted to start an engine and wait an hour for it to get up and start heating up, 10 hours, I would start the real thing. Not this stupid model, which have better models. Matter of fact, a Marx can pull this line of freight cars. I had this line of freight cars with that Marx exact. I had this Marx with the converted coupler piece pulling that long line of freight cars. This engine does better. This can pull the Blue Comet set, the original Blue Comet set. This one is still a very good car, but I have 2 speeders, hopefully coming back from my father's. I have this fresh car that's Alex's, and I have this New York Central. That rubber tread is too cheap. This thing is nice. This one is nice. This one is nice. This one is sort of nice, but it uses the same motor as this one, so I like it. This Blue Comet is my favorite. This one I dislike kinda, but I still like it. This one is my first engine, first ever Erie, that started the whole entire layout. This one was the Santa Fe that I also got because it was a nice engine. This one's nice. This one's a Reading that had those stupid motherboards that almost burned out. This one, the freaking, like that, oh wow, HL puts drive shafts in their engines. Let's do it with Lionel. It slips. This wasn't Lionel, it was that brand over there, which I can't spell the name out. But why would you design an engine with a freaking drive shaft? Why? Lionel doesn't have a drive shaft. It's actually K-line, but Lionel doesn't have a drive shaft. Then why does this need it? Why? It doesn't need it. It was cool for Mark to do it. It was cool for Athen to do it. But not you. You didn't need to do it. The cars are beautiful. The engine is trash. There's another engine that's trash. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Bachmann. They are the worst of the worst. They also belong. No, they belong to this Stevens Sparta. HE double hockey sticks. For how bad their junk is. Their stuff is so bad I could rip it apart when I was younger. I ripped the whole entire engine apart. In the UK, it's even worse. Their trains are rubbish. Complete rubbish. Gordon was turned into a steam locomotive by Bachmann. And he fell apart on the rails. Here's a Thomas the Tank Engine made by Lionel. Guess what? The train stinks because when you stop the engine too fast, the whole thing goes, wow! They started making plastic versions that they call G-Gates, but they're not. They are not G-Gates in any way. And those do the same thing. The front wheel comes off. We got the early models. They're junk. And Windows 10 can operate better, even though it crashes on Windows Explorer. Ugh. Matter of fact, when I heard that Hornby was leaving the model Railroad Thomas & Friends, I was upset because I got these beautiful Bachmann cars that are, the cars are beautiful, but the engines are junk. And then Tyco is another thing. They're owned by Lionel. Hopefully that Lionel returns with these models because I want to get new trucks for these. No, not this one. Not this one. But yesterday the wheels were coming off because the rivets underneath fell out. And also, Canadian Pacific! This is my only Canadian Pacific Tyco I own. I'm not really proud of it, but I have tons more Tycos. Tyco. And then we go over here, you can see the wall of Tyco. Or you can see the Santa Fe, the Penn Central, there is the Pennsylvania and Central Railroad, New York Central. And then you see more Santa Fe, Baltimore in Ohio, the Bold. It looks like the Zephyr. It's the Zephyr. And then Pennsylvania caboose, a Baltimore and Ohio caboose, Rock Island caboose, a Santa Fe caboose, and a Reading engine. This is the rarest of all. This is a rare Santa Fe caboose. That's a Reading caboose with the original Reading engine. I also have the original red box for it too. Don't even get me started about my collection of beautiful Marks AXO cabooses. I have a beautiful Union Pacific. The Union Pacific. And then I have the beautiful New York Central green. This car I think was just a repaint because New York Central actually had green cars. I looked it up, it was surprising. And then I have this Western Pacific caboose here from Mark. And the rarest of all, Northern Pacific. This is a rare one because I got it broken and I still kept it because it was a rare caboose. Also, I have Lionel HOs too, and Lionel. Except this one of these cars this is K-Line Lionel. I know this one's Mike's Train House, K-Line, and the most of this is K-Line. But really, how could a company make a model this bad? Was there any designers that went like saying, yeah, I think that our customers are going to be happy with a train that takes about 24 hours to charge a stinking battery? Yes, I agreed too. And then he leaves the company and never goes back. Well, I shook.